Hi, this is Mark, Niblock Homes out here at Ashland Creek. Today I want to talk to you about the quality features that we put into our home. People always ask what separates us from a lot of the competition, and this is the things that I point out. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around. We'll take a look at this home together. This one particular home is our Stratford. It is a 5-bedroom, 4-bath bonus room study. It's a move-in ready home. But on the exterior, what you're going to see is what we call hardy plank concrete siding. It's a Color Plus product, and what I mean by that is the paint is applied in the factory under strict quality control. One thing I like to point out is the light fixtures that you see in this home. One thing that we do a little different than a lot of builders is on a to-be built, we give you a lighting allowance. You go down to Efforts, our light company, and you pick out your fixtures. If it's a move-in ready house, Andrea at our design studio, she gets to play home buyer and she picks them out and does a very good job. One thing that I like to point out in our dining room area here is our trim package. As far as the baseboard and the two-piece chair rail. Not everybody does two-piece, but we do the backer and the chair rail applied. And then you got the squares underneath. I think it gives you a very beefy look. This one here, they chose to put an upgraded ceiling in it. This is a call for ceiling. For this particular house and this room size, I think it's about $650, which is a value. I think what we do better is the design, the width of the beams, the size of the crown mold that goes inside each square. One thing that you'll hear me talk about is being Energy Star builder. On the windows is something I need to talk about because it's not real evident. These are gentleman windows. They're not entry level. And they're chosen because they go with the rest of the Energy Star products that we put into the home. Next, this home, you're going to see it in all our homes, is the programmable thermostat. You'll see one upstairs on this house. One thing, the mechanical contractor and Energy Star, they as a team figure out the size of the units by the home site, what direction it faces, whether it has trees or don't have trees, sun exposure. Then it goes into the home, the square footage, the number of windows, 2-story. There's a lot that goes into figuring out the correct size of the system that goes in each one of our homes. One thing I can see from here is you see that duct work right there above the door. It's called a jump duct, and what that does is help balance out air. And if a door is closed, like this bedroom here, if it's closed, to make sure that the air inside the room feels as comfortable as the room outside. Back in the old days, the door was closed, the air would get sucked underneath the door. The only way for the air to balance out. I'm going to go inside so then you can see the duct work. The air balances out. One thing that you see too, and you're going to see it through the home, are our LED recessed cans. You can see them in the kitchen area down there where we go down. They're LED, gives you better light, energy efficiency, and the one thing that I like to point out is that you can put dimmer switches on there. You can't put dimmer switches on all recessed cans. One thing too, as far as the recessed cans that you see in the bathrooms, are actually a combination recessed can fan. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it or not because it's so quiet. The thing is, for our secondary bathrooms, it's the one-piece tub shower units. I see a lot of two-piece out there. This is just a better product overall. Okay. One thing about our fireplaces that I like to point out is a remote is included with every house. So you can turn it on and turn it off with the remote. Sweet. Now you're going to see the crown mold is all the way through the main part of the house for your dining room, family room, kitchen, breakfast. That's all standard. More of the fixtures that I brag about all the time. In the kitchen, I always like to talk to people about the cabinets that we put in there. Soft closed drawers. Soft closed doors. The crown mold, that cove molding that you see at the top. Standard. The appliances that you see in here is the Frigidaire. Stainless steel appliances, and the one thing I always talk about is the microwaves. And what I talk about is them being set up and they're vented to the outside. They're not recirculating that air inside the house. And you'd think, well, don't everybody do that? No, that's not the case. So I always talk about all our microwaves being, vented to the outside. Even little details like the number of shelving that goes into our pantries. One thing that I want to do is go out into the garage and talk to you about tankless water heaters. This is the included feature. This heats on demand, so anybody in the house, in any bathroom, in the kitchen, turns on hot water and heats it on demand until they shut it off. The old style tank water heaters, whether you was at work for 8 hours and the water cooled and heated back up, it would do that all day. Or here, you're not wasting energy. It heats on demand until you shut the faucet or the shower off. One thing that we do offer at our design studio, which I think is a nice feature, is a bench seat in our drop zone areas. These are made here in Mooresville. Good quality construction. Something I mentioned to people is that this is granite, this is standard selection at our design studio, and the other thing is our quality of sinks that we put in. There's just a couple things upstairs I always talk to people about. Our designs. This one here is at the laundry room and the master closet are adjacent to each other. We add a door, make sure it's easy. And then the amount of shelving that comes standard. Again, you see all the recessed can lights. That one there over the shower again is one with a fan light combo. You know, it does a great job picking out fixtures. And the ceramic tile in the master bath. Floor. One thing I want to show you is actually going up into the attic. All our homes are pull down stairs. We have an attic tent. If you don't have one of these, it's probably where number one where most of your energy is lost in your home. It has a zipper on it. I'm going to go ahead and take you upstairs. Now there's just a couple things up here I'd like to point out. First one is the radiant barrier sheathing that we do on our roofs. That's one thing that Niblock does that I think makes a big difference in your attic. In the summertime, you can feel the difference on a home that has radiant barrier sheathing and the ones that don't. The other thing I like to talk about is this unit right here. What this is a fresh air intake unit, because Niblock homes are so energy efficient, so built so tight that we're required to bring air in from the outside. That's where that ductwork is going, is to the outside, and then it brings the air in and puts it into the unit, the furnace, the AC. And this is because it needs so much fresh air intake to work properly, and because we're so energy minded and they're sealed so tight that we're required to put one of these on. Not every builder, their houses don't require it. I just pointed out a few things that I talk about, but for your own personal tour, come out to Ashland Creek. Give me a call at 704-658-5472. Set up an appointment. I'll talk to you soon.